The name of this talk is Libraries Don't Matter. So what I was thinking was, there are people that say that libraries really don't matter anymore in the age of the internet. So I thought, let's go through the implications of what this might mean. So libraries don't matter if you want to read and learn only what you have to. Libraries are all about choice, self-directed learning, exploration for its own sake. Sometimes formal education needs to be balanced out a little bit with some inspiration, some food for the soul, maybe some fun. Libraries don't matter if the web is a good place for you to do some deep reading. Well, the web is full of information, and a lot of it's great. There's learning too, but what it's not that great at is deep, contemplative, long-form reading. For that, we need books. They might be in print form, they might be in electronic form. Libraries don't matter if the web provides everything that you need. Well, lots of things on the web are free, but some of the best electronic content, from music to movies to ebooks to research articles, it's actually worth paying for. Libraries pay for it for all of us. Libraries don't matter if you like your web experience being dominated by clickbait. Let's face it, the web is full of information that looks useful, but it's really just meant to entice you to click on it so that you can go to an advertiser's content. Libraries can help cut through that clutter. Libraries don't matter if you and me are experts at finding everything we need on the web. Most of us aren't expert searchers. Search portals like Google are using only an algorithm based on click patterns to figure out what might be most useful for you. If you want a real person to search, ask a librarian. Libraries don't matter if you have all the skills you need to survive in the modern economy. Imagine if you'd never used a computer in your life, and you had no access to one, and you wouldn't even know where to begin if you had one. How would you find a job? A home? How would you connect to government and other services? How would you develop your abilities? Libraries help bridge the digital divide. Libraries don't matter if libraries have always been just about books. Libraries have always been about more than just books. They were about access to learning, they were about access to interests, access to media, and access to literacy for all. Books, at one point, were just the prevalent way in which those things were delivered. Today, electronic media are just as important, and libraries are helping deliver that too, for everyone. Libraries don't matter if libraries can't and don't play new roles. Well, libraries can, and they do, play lots of important new roles, and they're all connected to their original mission. These are things like making, technology discovery, civic engagement, and knowledge creation. Libraries don't matter if putting everything online is a simple and cheap solution. Now, I've heard that one many times before. Just put everything online, and it will cost a fraction of what it does now to have a physical library building. But what that dismisses is the enormous cost of digitizing, organizing, and all the things you have to do to all those mounds of print and other media. What do we need, or who do we need to help us do all of this? Librarians. Lots of them. The more the better. Libraries don't matter if techno-gadgets matter and people connections don't. Access to technology is very important, but it's only half the battle. The other is connecting people with other people. Libraries do both. Libraries don't matter if buying everyone a Kindle is a solution. Another thing I've heard before, just buy everybody an e-reader and then you can close the libraries and it'll probably cost less. Well, it's a great idea, but where does all that content come from? Where do people learn how to use it? Who chooses what they will read? And yes, I'm not also mentioning the fact that Kindles are a bit of a problem when it comes to library ebooks. Libraries don't matter if everyone can afford all the internet access and content that they need. Well, this one speaks for itself. Libraries don't matter if everyone has a quiet place to study at home. You can never underestimate the value of a quiet study space for people who don't necessarily have one at home. And, of course, one that they can afford. Libraries don't matter if Starbucks is a good place to have a facilitated conversation. Well, maybe with your friends in a coffee shop, it might work to have a really good open conversation, maybe not, but sometimes it's good to have a conversation that's facilitated, that's open, but it still has rules, that's directed, but it gives you freedom. Libraries can do that. Libraries don't matter if online discourse is the highest form of debate. Let's face it, social media and other online discourse is often the vilest, lowest form of reasoned debate that exists. Libraries can sometimes curate discussions and ideas to provide some balance and maybe consider the evidence. Libraries don't matter if lifelong learning isn't essential to our prosperity. Libraries don't matter if informed citizens are not essential to the health of our democracy. And libraries don't matter if, as the TD Bank once said, a 1% increase in literacy would not equal a $32 billion increase in Canada's GDP. The citation is there for you. Remember, I'm a librarian. Libraries don't matter if you haven't been in or experienced one lately. Thank you very much.
Enjoyed the talk? Be sure to stay tuned for more talks like this one. They will be uploaded every other month. You can also check out the videos that we've already posted and shared. We encourage you to leave a comment below to keep the conversation going. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share. You can subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss any of our videos. We upload more than just talks like this, such as event highlights and divisional presentations. Thanks for watching.